right, nephews, lock in. Tonight, it's not about roasting profiles. Tonight, nephews, we're talking about vetting because the women you choose to allow in your life, they don't just affect your dating life. She affects your peace, your focus, your purpose, your whole trajectory as a man. So let me say this clean. The right woman will multiply your life. The wrong woman will tax it emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and nephews, let's be honest, financially. Most
With
men don't
interest.
lose because they choose the wrong woman. They lose because they ignored what was right in front of them. See, these profiles, I mean, they're random, but they're not just vibes, they're patterns. How she presents herself is how she moves in relationships. How she communicates here is how she's going to communicate there. You have to understand, we're going to examine things like if she's avoiding accountability, if they're providing clarity within the profile, how she handles conflict. Because how you do one thing, nephew, well, that's how you do everything. It's what we tell you every single week. Shout out to us. Tonight, we're reading what's between the lines. When she says go with the flow, she often means I don't want structure, expectations, or responsibilities. When she says I don't know what I'm looking for, that doesn't mean she's confused. It means she wants access without obligation. When she says I'm healed, but her profile is chaos, sarcasm, and trauma humor, that's not healing, that's coping. And nephews, here's the hard truth most men avoid. Walking away from a woman who isn't aligned with you isn't rejection, it's self-respect. Discipline isn't staying. Discipline is knowing when to leave early, quietly, and without explanation. Because every minute you spend entertaining misalignment is a minute you're distracted from the woman and the life that actually fits you. So tonight, as we go through these Bumble profiles, we're not asking, would I smash? We're asking, would this woman bring clarity or confusion into my life? Peace or performance? Consistency or chaos? Nephews, alignment or anxiety? And remember this, write it down if you need to. Attraction opens the door, but alignment decides whether you stay. Let's swipe smarter, nephews. All right, I'm going to get right into it while we're waiting on Uncle Johnny here. Tonight we got Michelle, our first profile. And let's see here. No bio. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Michelle says, I feel hottest when I spray tan. I don't know about y'all, you nephews, but I don't really like the spray tan women. All right, give me a second here. Let me go through the comments. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all tapping in tonight. Okay, so she feels hottest when she spray tans. She says, what I'd really like to find is a good man. And it says, my healthy obsession is staying hydrated. And then we got nothing else for the profile here. All right, nephews, I want you to pay attention to this one. No bio. This tells us something. At 37 years old, no bio. Hold on a second. Let me get Johnny in here. All right, as I was saying, at 37 years old, no bio isn't a mystery. It's minimal effort. That usually signals one of two things. She's relying on attention, or she's tired of explaining herself and wants the right man to figure it out. Either way, clarity is not her strong suit. All right, now listen to this part. She says, I feel my hottest when I spray tan. All right, that's not confidence, nephews. This is external validation. Her hottest moment is tied to appearance, enhancement, not energy, not health, not discipline, not purpose. Translation, she's measuring value through how she looks to others, not how she feels within herself. And what else we have here? When she says, what I'd really like to find is a good man, I need you guys to understand that this is vague on purpose. A good man sounds wholesome, but it's empty without standards. No values listed, no direction, no vision. When a woman can't articulate what good means, she's often outsourcing that definition to you. And that becomes a moving target later. All right. And my healthy obsession is staying hydrated. That's not an obsession. That's a baseline adult function. This is filler. It's safe. It avoids depth. At 37, this suggests she's keeping things close to avoid being evaluated. Now, let me try to get Johnny in here one more time. Johnny Dumbbell, what's good, fam? All right, so overall, nephews, I'm saying this profile shows very low effort, very safe answers, external focuses, and vague expectations. Now, I got to be honest with you. This doesn't make her a bad woman, but it does tell us she's not leading with substance. And here's the key lesson tonight, nephews. When a profile gives you nothing to grab onto, that's information. When a woman can't show you her value, her direction, or her standards, you don't lean in harder. You lean back. Because men with purpose, we don't audition for women who can't even articulate what they want. As I'm always saying, attraction might open the door, but alignment decides whether you walk through it. We're going to swipe smarter, so I'm going to have to pass on this one. I appreciate the comments, Christian. All right, so this one's going to be a no for me, dog. All right, now let me preview the next profile. Nephews, I got to hop back and forth between the profiles because I don't want to share nothing live that we shouldn't have on our show. Johnny Dumbbell, what's good, man?
Jones, man.
Appreciate you rocking with us tonight, Johnny.
Man, my internet is doing its impression of the government. Lots of spinning around, not a whole lot of action. Anyway. What did I miss?
All right, Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself. I just went through the first profile and swiped left on it. You know how I feel about profiles where women don't put a lot of effort into it, where there's nothing to grab onto, nothing to learn from, no glimpses into her personality.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not willing to put in effort to find a random guy, they're sure as hell not going to put an effort into you if you somehow happen to match, which, by the way, you shouldn't. Anyway. I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I am a personal trainer and life coach here in beautiful Pittsburgh, where the Steelers are the kings of the North. Just winning the AFC North Division title. So, hey, I feel like now a lot of people say we're going to get bumped in the first round of the playoffs. Here's the thing you got to remember. We don't do well in playoff games, but we do well in Monday night home games. So here's the thing. Which statistic is going to overcome what? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about the Steelers' success, nor even my own. I'm here to talk about my failures and what I've learned from them, because those are the greatest teachers I've ever had in my entire life. Taking those lumps is exactly what makes you a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks. So anyway, if you are thinking about doing something and it sounds crazy, maybe a little fiscally irresponsible, a little over the top, leave it in the comments, shoot us an email, talk to us first, because chances are one or both of us has done this, found out the hard way why you shouldn't do it. So, in short, we are the uncles that everybody talks about, everybody knows about, and everybody has stories about. But once you learn the morals to those stories and how they came to become stories in the first place, you just might be able to avoid the kind of heartache and dumb shit that we've had to endure. We screwed up. so that you don't have to.
Well said, Johnny. All right, give me 1 second here while I go over the next profile.
Yep.
All right. Let's check out this next profile, Johnny.
All right, what we got?
Next up,
Got about a 6-second delay on my monitor, just so everybody knows.
All right, I'll try to keep that in mind. Next up, we got Laura, who's 45 years old. About Laura, she says, looking for player 2, MTG or board games. I'm fluffy. I travel, and I'd love to make travel plans.
All right. So
you want to start with that one, Johnny?
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
All right. Well, I would tell you, nephews, to watch this one carefully here. Looking for player 2, MTG or board games? This is important. Player 2 sounds cute, but it also tells you something about her mind frame here. She's positioning the relationship as shared activity, not a shared mission. Games are fine, but notice what's missing here. No mention of growth, values, direction, lifestyle standards. It's companionship first, not purpose first.
Well, and not only that.
Oh, go ahead, Johnny.
Not only that, but you're hearing two things here. Number one, she likes to play video games. Number two, she's a little chubby. So if you have a type and that is not your type, this would probably be one to swipe left on. Because remember, if you are physically active, if you are doing the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge, even if you are getting out there and doing outdoor things, and if you are one of those physically active guys, and hey, if you're not, that's okay. Whatever. That's your journey, not mine. But if you are, this is not the girl for you. This is a girl who likes to be inside on sunny days playing video games. And if you are following her program, which I caution you, you shouldn't, you should have your own. But if you're following her program, it's going to mean that you are going to, that you are going to end up being dragged down into that hole of laziness and complacency. Okay. We don't want that for you as your uncles. No, we don't want that. We want to see you make the best version of yourself. And that version, in my opinion, as a personal trainer, of course, does not involve sitting on the couch covered in Cheeto dust. Now, I'm not saying that's who this girl is, but I'm just saying that when you put together, I love to play video games, looking for player 2. I'm kind of fluffy. That's her way of saying, hey, I'm a little chubby and I don't plan to change. And look, hey, if that's your life, that's your life. I'm not going to knock you for that. But I'm saying that as a heavily active, physically active man, that wouldn't be my type.
Well, that's exactly it, Johnny. When she says I'm fluffy, this is preemptive framing. She's defining herself before we get a chance to do it. Now, sometimes that's confidence. Sometimes it's armor. Either way, she's telling you this is part of the package. Don't negotiate it later. I mean, that's not good. That's not bad. It's just information. Now, when she says, I travel and I'd love to make travel plans, this one's subtle. Travel sounds aspirational, but notice the language. I'd love to make travel plans, not I have a travel rhythm, not I structure my life to travel. It's desires, not discipline. That often translates to ideas without execution or wanting a partner to supply the momentum.
And by the way, guys, in the comments, we'd like to hear a story about the time when you got into a relationship with somebody and you kind of formed yourself to fit their habits, or they formed themselves to fit yours. Tell me what happened, what was it about, and how did it go?
Okay, Johnny, she says the quickest way to my heart is ramen. Okay, this is food-based bonding.
I do love ramen.
It's comfort.
Yeah, it's going to be emotional eating, yes.
It's safe, it's
but
easy.
I do love ramen.
It tells you she values experiences that feel cozy, not necessarily challenging or expansive. Again, not wrong, but it is a pattern. Comfort, companionship, low pressure connection, no stated vision. At 45, this profile reads like somebody who wants a partner to fill space, not someone
Yeah.
who's built a lane and wants someone aligned with it.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I mean, this is where her clock's ticking, and she wants to find somebody to lock down right away.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with wanting warmth,
No,
games, the food, the travel. But men with purpose need to ask one question before they lean into this, Johnny.
yeah.
Does
What's the
this
purpose of
woman
all that?
add structure to my life or does
Mhm.
she make it softer? Because
And hey,
softness
look,
without
I mean,
structure becomes stagnation.
and if you're a fellow gamer who doesn't like to be an outdoors type, hey, that might be the case. You know, maybe she'll let you be Mario and she'll be Luigi. You know,
All right, Johnny, I'm gonna have to swipe
player two.
smarter
Yeah.
on this one.
Yeah, and this time I think that smarter swipe is going to have to go to the left.
Pass on this one. All right, preview the next profile here.
While he's doing that, guys, in the comments, let us know any kind of online dating experience you've had, whether it was good, bad, weird, peculiar, indifferent, boring, whatever it happens to be. Give us your experience in the comments. Tell us what app you used, what kind of person you met, and what was actually either awesome or really kind of messed up about them. We love those stories.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Misha.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second here. Advocating for chlorine go come.
Ah,
All right, she's advocating for a cause. You can't knock a girl off a pedestal she built herself. When life gets difficult,
or what I
add
want to.
more lipstick and attack. Coco Chanel. I am the CEO of my life. I will promote, demote, terminate as I feel fit. What you will allow is what will continue.
Young men, put that as your profile bio. I'm telling you right now, this is a masculine thing she's saying, but you know something? That's exactly it. I don't hear enough of you young men saying things like this. I don't hear nearly enough of it.
Okay, well,
But unfortunately, in a woman, I don't know that that's really attractive for us to see. And it's not about being intimidated. It's not about anything like that. It's just that we like women who act feminine, I guess.
well, Johnny, she
I
says
mean,
you
now
can't knock a
I will
girl.
say though, it's a very poignant statement as far as the direction that she intends for her life to go. This is a girl who knows, at least if what she's saying here is true, and it sounds like it is. She knows where she's going in life. She knows where she's headed. And the thing of it is, if she's being genuine, then a lot of you guys, especially, how old did she say she was? It doesn't matter. A lot of you guys have a lot of catching up to do when it comes to that.
Um, okay. When she says you can't knock a girl off a pedestal she built herself, I feel like
Well, yeah,
that's a
because at least he's
defensive
not building it.
posture.
That means that
Listen,
she thinks highly of herself and has high self esteem. Because here's the thing, she's not talking about the pedestal that some of these beta simps out there are going to build for. She's talking about the one she put herself up on because she went through the self improvement process. This sounds like a graduate of the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge. The problem is, I don't hear any of you guys telling me this.
Johnny, isn't that
Kudos to her. Kudos to her. And I hope she keeps going. I hope she keeps kicking ass. But some of you guys out there should probably take a little bit of note. Or take some, a little bit of note. Some of you should take some notes here and pay attention to the ambition that you are hearing in this paragraph. Because these are things that I think a lot of you guys should be saying to yourselves in the mirror every morning before you even fucking leave the house. But instead, you're sulking through the day, trying to survive rather than thrive. You got to be tired of the status quo. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Believe me when I tell you. She knows this.
sorry? Doing like 5 things at once here.
Hey,
Okay,
that's all right, man.
so listen, the pedestal she built herself. I just going back to that. I don't know. Maybe we should just move on.
I mean, look, I built a pedestal for myself too. I put myself to the top at the top of that totem pole because a healthy, happy me is going to be able to influence, the people around me to also be healthy and happy. The healthy, happy me is going to be motivational and to be the positive, presence in the atmosphere in which they exist. So when you're out there doing self improvement, remember, this is not selfish. Yeah, you're doing it for you, but a better you is going to be a better people around you. It's going to make the people around you better, I should say.
Okay, one thing you need to know about me is I'm old school classy with an old soul.
I would love an elaboration there.
Yeah, I feel like that's just fluff and filler.
I feel like that's either a conversation prompt or, yeah, fluff and filler. But I mean, you're going to now see that's the situation here, guys. If you're going to exchange messages with her, I'd ask her what she means by that.
All right.
If you get
So
that far.
basically, we got one prompt and we got the bio to go over.
Mm-hmm.
When life gets difficult, add more lipstick and attack.
Mm.
That's performance.
I have never tried that.
It's performative resilience. All right. She's telling you, maybe even without realizing it, how she handles stress. Appearance first, aggression second.
Mm.
There's no mention of reflection. There's no mention of communication. There's no mention of accountability or regulation. I just harden up and go on the offense. Nephews, that matters. Because when a woman
it
frames
really does.
difficulty as something to attack, what she's really saying is, I don't slow down when things get hard. I escalate. Lipstick here isn't about femininity. It's about image management. So it's I'll look strong instead of I'll get grounded.
Yep.
So stack the patterns here.
That's definitely something to consider. Yeah.
Quote, resilience to being challenged. This line is a fight response under pressure. No values listed here. No visible internal framework. That combination usually shows up later as arguments instead of conversations. It could show up as defensiveness instead of curiosity. And it will show up as power struggles instead of partnership. So here's the lesson I give you, nephews. Life doesn't need to be attacked. They need to be handled. So men with discipline, we don't want a woman who goes to war every time life applies pressure.
No.
We want a woman
that's
who
a little
can stay
overboard,
regulated and soft without being weak and strong without being combative.
And that's called committed. Yep. That is called committed.
So again, the move here isn't judgment, it's discernment. When a profile tells you how someone handles stress, believe it the first time. All right, Johnny, this is going to be a no for me, dog.
Yeah, let's go left here. 0 for 2. Sometimes we walk away empty-handed. Bill's record is 6, but our goal is 3. I am goal-oriented, and we are going to try to see the best in the people that we come across here. And even if we don't want to swipe right on them, sometimes it's because we just have that particular taste that just is not into that particular person. But we're still going to give you the game on how to get at a person like that if that is something you're into. Bill and I have been around the block enough times to have been with a lot of different types of girls and to have spoken to and interacted with and respected several of them. And so, look, the best we can do is give you the results of our meandering experience on this planet, whether it involves dating or not. Just like anything else, except our advice is nostalgia and also as something valuable to take with you because, look, we're not giving this advice for nothing. It didn't fall out of the sky. We've been there.
Well said, Johnny. Okay, so Next profile we got tonight is going to be Amy, who's 37.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that Amy is a nanny. I know you got a little bit of delay there.
Oh no, we got a nanny.
Yeah, Amy is a nanny.
We'll call her Cherry Poppins.
And we have no bio.
Oh,
All
so
right,
you're
no
a nanny.
bio.
You're a hot nanny. You got nothing to say? Come on.
Excuse me. Hey, nephews, Johnny, I should have our phone lines open. I
We really
apologize,
should.
nephews.
Let's go.
Give me a second here. Y'all can call in and ask questions about these profiles. You can call in and ask Uncle Johnny and I anything you need to. If you have an interview tomorrow and you need the game on how to ace it, call in. We'll walk you through the process.
By the way, guys, I'm actually writing out different body weight and minimal equipment workouts right now. So in the comments, if you leave Johnny Dumbbell Fitness, those 3 words, Johnny Dumbbell Fitness, I will actually reach out to you and we'll find out. I'll send you a copy of one of my best body weight workouts. You'll love it.
All right, no bio
Hell
here.
on earth, but you'll love it.
Like, I need you to understand when a woman is in her mid 30s and there's no bio, it's avoidance. It says, I don't want to be evaluated too closely. When someone skips the bio entirely, they're usually letting the prompts do the talking because the prompts are a little bit safer, less risk, less exposure.
It's even simpler than that. She's used to doing the vetting, not being vetted. That's why if you vet her, you're that guy.
Now, this prompt here, do you agree or disagree? iPhone over Android. This is low stakes engagement bait. It's designed to
Yep.
start a conversation without revealing anything about her values, her lifestyle, her expectations. It keeps things surface level, comfortable, and very non-committal.
Yep.
And then the next prompt says, don't be mad if I listen to Taylor Swift and or Hamilton all day. This is identity life.
Listen,
Right,
I like
music is
Taylor Swift as a person because she's done a lot of really great humanitarian stuff. But I'm not going to sit around listening to her music. I'm sorry. It's not my thing.
well, Johnny, music as
Now, I
personality.
will say when she was here in Pittsburgh, she left before she left, she dropped, and I mean, she dropped tens of thousands of dollars on our local food bank. So, hey, good person in my book. Just can't get into the music.
Okay, well, when a woman's like, this is my vibe, accept it or don't. Again, there's nothing wrong with it, the music, but notice the pattern. Preference without principles. All right, so what are we seeing here, nephews? Let's break this down. We got no bio, some very safe prompts, zero depth, and no direction. This profile isn't
None.
inviting alignment, it's inviting entertainment. And here's the lesson in this. When a woman doesn't show you who she is, she's asking you to project onto her. And projection is how men end up attached to potential instead of reality. Men with purpose don't swipe on blank canvases hoping to paint something meaningful. They choose women who are already articulated, grounded, and self aware. If all she offers is preference and pop culture, she's not ready for a man who's building something real. Nephews, I'm going to have to swipe smarter here. Nope. It's going to be a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of good things you could say about her, but this is definitely not somebody that could be your type. No.
All right, we can share this one. And nephews, if we come across a profile that you like, you want to know more about, please call in. And if we come across a profile you think I should swipe right on, let me know in the comments and tell me why.
And if you think he's wrong for swiping left or right, we'd love to see it in the comments. Let us know.
All right. Next up, we got Lauren, 31.
Damn, look at them titties. Woo. There they are.
And no bio, Johnny.
Oh, lame.
Okay. We do have a prompt here. The chapter I'm most proudest of in my life is working on myself mentally, physically, emotionally to become the best version of myself. It's always a work in progress, though.
Fair enough. Yep.
I like what she says here, Johnny. There's some direction in this.
That's ambition, goal orientation, and a lack of ultimate satisfaction. We should all be able to possess those characteristics.
Bless that bitch.
All right. I've been challenging myself to do things on my bucket list, even if it's solo. Hey, Johnny, I love going on solo missions. I do stuff by myself all the time. I love me. I just love being with me. My favorite person.
And I mean, hey, if she's really doing solo missions, maybe that's fun. How long does she go? How long does it take for her to get in touch with you? And does she go off the grid? But other than that, yeah, seems kind of fun.
My personal hell is following a car doing a variable speed limit that you can't pass. I'm not trying
the
to
road
fly.
hogs.
I just want to set my cruise control.
Yeah, but you gotta keep. If you gotta keep hitting the brake, you don't get to do that.
You know what, Johnny? Out of all the profiles we've seen tonight, I like this one the most. Look, she's working out or something. Looks like she's at the little gym. You know, yeah, it says she's active. What do you think, Johnny? What do you think, chat? I'm thinking.
All right, chat, listen, I'm 50-50 on this girl, but chat, let us know what you think. Left, right, up. I don't know.
All right, we'll give him just a second. I love it when y'all get involved, chat. All right, I'm swiping right on this one, Johnny.
By the way, chat, and especially the young men out there watching or anybody who's been following the NFL, with the recent head coach firings, who do you think is going to get another head coaching job right away, and where do you think they're going? Is Stefanski going to go to Baltimore? Is Harbaugh going to go to Miami? Let us know in the comments. Got stuff.
Right,
and if you're a Steeler fan, just give me a here we go in the comments.
Let's see. All right, Johnny. Shannon Scott says right. All right, Shannon. That's what I was thinking too. I'm about to swipe right on her.
Bless that bitch.
All right, let me check out the next profile.
By the way, in the comments, if you've ever been catfished by an online dating profile, tell us the story and tell us what happened.
All right, I can't show this next one, but.
Boo. But put your kids in there, folks.
All right, that's all right, Johnny. There's always more women on Bumble. That's what's great about it.
Yep.
Every single day when I get on here, there's new ones, new matches, new women interested. And, you know, I got to be honest, I haven't had a Bumble date in a few weeks. It's probably been almost a month, really.
Yeah, but that's because you've been on your... Now, here's the thing, guys. Bill has not been on a date because he's been on his grind. He's got a lot of shit on his mind. He's got a lot of shit on his plate. He is working on self-improvement, and that is far more important than getting a piece off Bumble. Now, when he's ready, when he's got time, when he's got about an hour or two or, you know, some time to kill, whatever, He'll get on there, he'll match with somebody and get our thing, get his thing going. All right. But every day he wakes up, he pisses excellence and moves on to be a better version of himself than he was yesterday. That's simple.
Give me 1 second here, sir. I got a setting I'm trying to turn off. I better not mess with it, Johnny. I don't want to mess up the whole show.
Ah, come on.
Let me leave this. Oh, I'll do that before our Monday show. Or we're not going to have a show on Monday this week, are we?
So, so here's the thing, guys. This is my fault. All right. Actually, it's the Steelers' fault. They got a Monday night playoff game next week here in Pittsburgh at home. There is a chance I may end up going to this game, okay? Because the prices on the tickets are not as high as I thought they'd be. So, I was thinking either Sunday or Tuesday. Chat in the comments. What day do you think it'd be better if we do reschedule it? Sunday, Tuesday? What do you think? You're in the chat all the time. We want to be able to cater to our most regular viewers.
Well, Johnny, and I love them, and I know that we're here consistently, but you know what I'm thinking is we probably should switch up the days and the times that we go live and do the show, because
sure,
like at this time of night, a lot of these young men are already locked into their games and they're gaming already.
Hey, let's hope anyway.
And if we'll talk about this off camera, but I want to do some things at different times, different days. I love our consistency. I love our schedule. I love that we're reliable, but I would like to do more in 2026. Shout out to us.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, making her appearance mostly because her food dish is over there. We got Jessie the Yinzer cat. You can see her. And she's doing her thing. Shout out Jessie.
All right. We got Beth, 43. No kids, never married. I'm very fun and outgoing person, looking for someone with similar interests, and let's make the most of 2026. I prefer a masculine man, facial hair that's maintained, and try not to post other girls in your photos.
All right, so she's asking you to be a man, but she doesn't want to have any competition. So there is going to be a blend of, can you leave this relationship, and can you also not make me feel insecure? But here's the thing. If she feels like she has to be competitive, but she knows she has your attention, at least to a degree, she will be competing daily. Okay. So if you're attracted to her, I would say go right.
All right.
Remember, she's not asking to be in control. When she's asking for a masculine man, she's looking for a man that she can respect and want to chase after, she's going to want to call him and show up at his house. Okay. She is looking for someone who is going to say, all right, let's go. And she'll go. She's looking for someone who can lead her, but she is not going to respect a man that is not going to have the ability to say, all right, let's go. And she doesn't get that feeling to get up and, go. She's looking for someone that she is going to want to follow. Young men, if you're going to swipe right on this profile, you better be ready to be assertive. You better be ready to say it with your chest. You better be confident. And listen, you cannot fake confidence. I tell you this all the time. If you fake self-confidence, it will come across creepy 11 times out of 10. 11.
All right, nephews, we're going to keep this clean, honest, with no sugarcoating here. And we're going to slow this down a little bit. She says here at 43, no kids, never married. Now, that's not a red flag, but I need you to understand that it is context. At this age, it raises a reasonable question. By choice, by standards, or by patterns. All right, you don't assume, but you also don't ignore the data. Now, the whole line, I'm a very fun and outgoing person. I don't like this, Johnny, because this is generic. Everyone says that. When someone leads with fun, they're prioritizing vibes over values. And it tells me how she wants to be perceived, not how she actually lives. Now, this part matters. Looking for someone with similar interest. But she never lists the interest.
Yeah, see, I was gonna point that out, but I'm like, maybe I missed that. But yeah, no.
It shifts the burden onto you, nephew, to adapt, guess, and align yourself to her
figure it out and then adapt.
lane.
Yeah.
Undefined standards always become moving the goalpost later. Now, the make the best
Laces
of 2026, it does sound optimistic, but listen closely. It's time-based, not principle-based. She's focused on experience here, not foundation. That often means urgency without any kind of structure. Now, here's the big one. Like Johnny was saying, I prefer a masculine man. This is a demand without definition. Masculinity means many different things to different women. When it's not clarified, it often turns into be strong, but don't challenge me. Lead.
But your life is going to go based on what you think masculinity means to you.
Be confident, but prioritize my comfort.
Yep.
And then the last line seals it. Try not to post other girls in your photos. Nephews, this is preemptive control. Before there's even commitment, she's already
nobody got time for that.
Optics. All right, that signals insecurity or past betrayal that hasn't been resolved.
And by the way, it's not your problem.
What's the pattern here, nephews? High expectations, low specificity, control without commitment, and vibes over values. All right, here's the lesson for everyone in the room here. A woman who wants masculinity but leads with rules often wants the benefits of a strong man without the discomfort of being led.
More than that, she's telling you that masculinity is whatever she thinks you're doing. Masculinity means doing whatever she thinks you should be doing, and yet still having her respect you. She's chasing something that she may or may not even understand. She wants you to be masculine and lead the way, but in the way she wants you to. But here's the thing. If you do it in the way she wants you to, whose lead are you following? Not yours. You're following her lead on what she defines as masculine. And that'll work for a while. But it will take time. Subconsciously, she'll figure out that you're following her lead, not the other way around. And it probably won't take as long as you think. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right, nephews, let's be honest here. Masculine men, we don't audition.
Dude.
All right.
We audition them, not the other way around.
We don't shrink their lives to our lives to soothe insecurity. And we don't accept conditions from someone who hasn't even earned influence yet. All right, now look, this is not about judging her. It's about recognizing alignment. If a profile starts managing you before you've even met, that's not chemistry, nephews. That's future friction. Swipe smarter. I don't even need to read the rest of it, but you know what, Johnny?
No, we're good.
For the nephews, we'll go ahead and finish the profile. And yeah, I'm telling you, I really know how to read these profiles and break this stuff down and read between the lines. And I'm just trying to show you guys how to do this so you can date a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She says, my perfect first date is sipping on a bourbon and chilling by a fire. More comfort-seeking behavior, but hey, it is a date. Hey, shot Johnny and his bourbon.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am drinking Four Roses bourbon. Hopefully someday I'll get a sponsorship because right now I'm drinking, but they're not paying me for it just yet.
All right. What else do we have here? If I had to describe dating me in 3 words, spontaneous, outgoing, and sweet.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep halfway through that. What?
She says, send me a like if you are looking to see if there is a connection between us. I enjoy traveling,
I'm pretty sure that's why I always send likes.
water, and road trips. I can also stay in for bonfires and drinks.
Maybe if you're indoors, the bonfire is not a great idea. I've heard.
Now I can
But
definitely
no, I get it.
I can definitely get behind a drink in the fire, but
Sure. Listen,
yeah,
bourbon and a fire pit is a great combination.
I'm gonna pass on this one, nephews. We're gonna swipe smart.
Yeah,
here.
but
I really don't
she's
feel like
got some good
I didn't
ideas. But
thinking
yeah,
about working out. I mean,
nothing.
says she works out sometimes. That's cap.
That means she walks a lot every other day. Yeah.
All right, so this is not the woman for me. We're gonna pass on that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, let me check out the next one, Johnny. We'll do 1 or 2 more tonight.
Let's do 2.
2 more tonight.
2 more. Here's one. Now. Forgot what I was going to say. In the look, my train of thought sometimes still boarding. In the comments, if you've ever had somebody show up to a date and had the exact opposite personality they had when you're chatting, give us a story. Tell us what happened.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Paige, who's 38. Crafty, outdoorsy type, looking for a partner and adventure in life. So she drinks socially. She's looking for a relationship. She says, I'm happiest when I'm either outside or with my pups.
Well, hey, look, the pups, I understand.
I get out of a bad mood by working out,
Likewise.
Bit.
Yep.
dancing, or being outside.
All right, so far so good. So she has ambition. She's active. She doesn't like just sit around and keep getting older and bigger. That's cool.
That's the whole profile. This is low effort if I've ever seen it. I mean, what is there? 12 words in the whole thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10, 11. Yeah, there's like 22 words in the whole profile.
So wait, she didn't even answer the prompts?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm happiest when I'm either outside or with my pups.
That's it.
Every dog owner is going to say that. And most of the women on here talk about how much they like to be outside. And she says, I get out of a bad mood by working out, dancing, or being outside. So she mentioned outside twice.
If she could have mentioned 1 or 2 things that makes her unique, that actually would be a swipe right. But I got to tell you, like Randy Jackson would say, it's going to be a no for me, dog.
Crafty, outdoorsy type looking for a partner and adventure in life. Outdoors, outside. Couple pictures from her camera roll. This is just low effort. And
I know cats that have the same story.
All right, we're going to pass on this one.
Yeah.
Johnny, I don't think we're going to find me a match tonight.
Dude, it's not good, man. We got 1 more to go, and I got to tell you, I don't like our chances.
What?
I just added that not too long ago. I'm pretty proud of that one.
Bruh.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Jerica. She's 32. Says she's a news producer at WOIO.
I believe that's
About
in Cleveland, right?
Jericho.
It's in Cleveland
All I
or
want-
Canton, I think.
Is a pop culture obsessed golden retriever who will make me stop obsessing over Pedro Pascal. Just started working in CLE, commuting from Youngstown with plans to move by May.
So she's looking for a lap dog that does what she says and is better than something she's already seen.
What makes a relationship great is trust, communication, and understanding.
Bruh.
You know how many times we see that, Johnny?
Which side of the camera is she on at WOIO?
A review by a friend, always up for a good time, will make you laugh and can find adventure literally everywhere. And she says here, a pro and a con of dating me. My parents are dead, so you don't have to meet them, but you do have to win over my older sister.
Bruh.
I don't know how to react to that.
For me. You know,
There's a lot of trauma there
yeah.
and a lot of her.
All right. Well, she might be a wonderful woman. This is, and you know,
Probably
I
is.
like that.
She probably is.
I like that her profile is centered around work, but there's not much depth to it. And you're right. I do see some emotional trauma here.
Yeah, definitely. It's a rough one.
Man, I'm just gonna pass on this one. I do like that she's like having some wine tasting here. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I
called
mean,
over
you
there?
know, it's culture. Yeah.
Yeah, she does seem like fun, but not really what I'm compatible with.
No, and you know, tonight we went over. We got nobody. But those nights happen. Listen, even in the African savannah, most hunts result in failure, whether it's a cheetah, a lion, whatever. So we went hunting tonight, and we found nothing. But hey, listen, you got to get up tomorrow and hunt again. Otherwise, you starve to death. That's the reality of nature, whether you're a human or an animal.
That's it, Johnny. It's all about the hunt. All right, nephews, hear me clearly as we wrap this up. Most men don't lose in dating because they're unlucky. They lose because they ignore patterns in favor of potential. Every profile you saw tonight wasn't just words on a screen. It was a preview, a glimpse into how that woman thinks, communicates, handles stress, and manages expectations. And the mistake too many men make is this: they swipe with hope instead of discernment. Hope says, maybe she's different in person. Discipline says, I believe what she's already shown me.
At that point, you might as well retire the thumb and swipe with your 11th finger, if you know what I'm saying.
You don't need more dates, nephews. You need better filters, because the right woman, she's not going to confuse you. She won't manage you before commitment. She won't hide behind vagueness, aggression, or aesthetic confidence. She'll bring clarity, not chaos, peace, not pressure, and alignment,
Simple.
not anxiety. And understand this: walking away isn't bitterness, it's self-respect. Every time you say no to misalignment, you make space for the woman who can actually walk beside you. So stop swiping for validation. Stop negotiating your standards, and stop trying to expect depth from profiles that have never offered it. Move with patience, move with discipline, and move like a man who knows his time, energy, and purpose matter. And that's how you swipe smarter, nephews.
Every single day. Yep.
And you should be on these apps swiping every single day. All right. We will get back to you on Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else until then, Johnny? In the meantime, in between.
Well,
time?
yeah, I mean, listen, we got a whole weekend and a Steelers hopefully a Steelers Monday Night Playoff victory between now and then. So there are going to be a lot of causes for celebration, at least I hope. And in doing so, please, not too many, no drugs and not too much alcohol. But if you do drink, don't drive. And if you do drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people. Trust us on this. Good night.
Yeah.